a frustratingly sweet, zero-stress romantic comedy. Let's have a look at it, shall we?
That Man and His Manga.
Hello and welcome to That Man. That is me, Merchandise. Today we're looking at The Girl I Saved on the Train Turned Out to Be My Childhood Friend by Kennoji, with illustrations by Fly, and published in English by Yen Press. Now, as I'm sure you guys are already aware, I really like comfy series. In fact, I thought I'd do a whole series on comfy manga and light novels because, hey, I want to read as many of them as I can. And, you know, I took one look at this and I thought, zero stress romantic comedy? That sounds like something for me. And, there's a few things we need to talk about with that zero stress thing. But what do I think about this series? Actually, it's pretty good. This story is about a young man named Takamori. Not that Takamori, a young man named Takamori. And yeah, he saves a young girl on a train from, you guessed it, a groper. And he discovers that she turned out to be his childhood friend. A childhood friend who he has made a promise to, because they've all made promises to their childhood friends, haven't they? After saving her, she starts advancing on him and he's just intensely oblivious. Yes, this is one of those ones where the main character is so incredibly dense, you could probably use it for some kind of fuel. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of overly dense protagonists. In fact, I just feel like a dense protagonist simply makes a series go on a little bit longer. And this character is 100% dense because, well, he spends a lot of his time alone, except for one thing. Well, actually he spends a lot of time alone, except he spends time with a young girl, a librarian, on his lunch break. And he's just like, oh well, we're just friends. And yeah. So, this girl he has saved on the train, she starts advancing towards him and, well, they start rekindling what they lost a few years ago. And, of course, she's the popular girl, she's the one who everybody wants to be in contact with and be friends with, but of course they're all fake friends. And, yeah, we have what you'd kind of expect from a romantic comedy. In fact, this is something that I'm starting to see a lot of in these romantic comedies. Kind of a loser guy, popular girl, and you know what? It's kind of wish fulfillment, but I'm also kind of like, this is probably going to appeal to a lot of people who are still going through their childhood years. I feel like it's something that's kind of a little bit more relatable than a lot of other series that are kind of wish fulfillment. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm a little bit okay with that. Of course, like I said, well, he's friends with a childhood girl and he's friends with a librarian. This no frills, this no zero stress series is gonna have a love triangle. Ugh, that's a bit stressful. That's not zero stress at all. In fact, love triangles tend to be a little bit more stressful than just your plain harem series. A plain harem series, you know, oh well, he's gonna get with a few of the girls, or they'll just throw out the polygamy marriage thing. A love triangle, depending on who you pick as best girl, that's very stressful indeed. This isn't a comfy series. This isn't a comfy series at all. This is stressful. Oh my god. And yeah, it's interesting that I kind of went in expecting a zero stress series, much like The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, much like Laid Back Camp. Yotsup is a little bit stressful, but you know, that's the kind of she's fallen down and she can't get up kind of stressful. It's kind of, yeah, it's not entirely stressful, but Love Triangle is a little bit stressful. Actually, something happens at the end of Volume 1 that kind of makes it a little bit more stressful indeed. This is a very stressful series. Oh my god. I've not seen stress like this since Dr. Stork. You know, the series about babies dying, possibly. Yeah. Stressful indeed. But enough joking around with the whole stressful thing. It's a pretty cute series. I don't feel it's quite on par with The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, but it certainly is developing into its own little thing. I did have a pretty good time with it, and if you want another romantic comedy that the main character's dense, but he's not kind of that annoying dense. He's kind of just a bit oblivious. Yeah, there's a lot of fun characters. Each of the girls, I can see there being a best girl war in when it comes into this. The librarian girl, she's a lot of fun. His sister is a gal, and yeah, I really like that. I really like the sister character in this one because she is, well, she's the usual sister trope where she looks after him and does everything for him, but, you know, she's a gal, and everyone knows that these gals are easy. At least that's the trope that they're throwing out in here. And we kind of have a more experienced younger sister who is kind of teaching him the ways of the world, while this perfect girl is coming onto him a bit too obviously. You have the usual, you know, the first dates and the karaoke sessions and the horrible friends. We have all of the usual tropes that you kind of expect, but it does them pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, this is a series that I feel it does everything pretty well. It doesn't do things amazingly, it doesn't do things too bad. And if you want a romance series and The Angel Next Door Spoils You Rotten is kind of, you're waiting for more of that, this is probably a good substitute for the interim, but it doesn't really manage to get onto the same level. Definitely worth a look in. But that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this title, and if you have more relaxing titles, let me know, because I want to check them out and be super duper relaxed, because, well, the rest of the world's not helping, is it?